and welcome to another Tuesday Tips at 2 with the Goldbergs. I'm Sarah Goldberg. Unfortunately, Danny's out fighting another case today, so it's just me. Anyway, today I'd like to discuss DACA, otherwise known as Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. Some people might also call this program the Dreamer Group. So what is DACA? DACA is a program that was initiated by President Obama in 2012. At the time, it was a surprise program that he just announced, and he said that if you meet certain requirements, you as a youth, a juvenile, could apply for and receive a work permit and also not be deported. So what were the requirements? The requirements were, 1, you had to have arrived in the U.S. before your 16th birthday. 2, you had to have been in the United States since June 15th, 2007. Another thing, you had to have been under the age of 31 when on the date of June 15, 2012. As well, you had to be physically in the United States on June 15th, 2012. You must have graduated from high school or received a GED, and you could not have been a convicted felon or had a serious misdemeanor. So those were the requirements. Many of my clients, I had applied immediately thereafter once it was announced in 2012 by Obama that you could obtain these essential documents, especially the work permit. Many of my clients were in high school or maybe had started college, and they were asked by prospective employers, okay, are you eligible to work? And for many of them, they didn't have the proper documentation. And DACA, Deferred Action, allowed them to have the ability to work. Now, since then, many clients have had renewals, which is something that everyone's been able to do. However, more recently, the Trump administration said that they were going to terminate this program. That meant that people who have been on this program since 2012 would no longer be eligible to obtain a work permit. The estimated amount of people that have deferred action at this time is around 700,000 people. And the Trump administration said that they were going to terminate that. So this has now been in litigation, and this past month the U.S. Supreme Court listened to arguments on both ends. Those representing the government saying that the Trump administration can withdraw from this policy, and folks who were supportive of the deferred action movement saying that this has been a benefit to thousands of people in America, and that our economy is also now reliant on those individuals who are working. So that was the argument that just came into before the U.S. Supreme Court in November, and it is yet to be decided what will happen. Now, many of my clients who are currently on deferred action and have the work permits have asked me, Sarah, should I apply for a renewal? And I'm telling them, yes, please. If you are eligible for a particular form of relief or you're eligible to have a work permit, please get that renewed as soon as possible. There is yet to be a decision on the case, and so therefore, if you are able to get that renewal, do it, because we don't know if it's going to continue. One thing that some people have asked me, how is it possible that you have this opportunity to get a work permit one day and the next day you don't? And I have to explain that when this policy came into effect, it was just that, a policy set forth by the President Obama's administration. And when it came to applying for this benefit for others, I had to tell my clients, I can't even look at the actual code or regulation that is stated for immigration law, because unfortunately it was never something that was approved by Congress. It was only a policy enacted by the president. And so just like the president at the time, Obama, instituted this new policy, President Trump is now saying, as president, he can take that policy away. And that's what we're going to see, how the U.S. Supreme Court decides this matter. For now, we are still at a standstill. And for those that are eligible to apply for DACA, I say do it as soon as possible. Even if your permit won't expire for the next 6 months, might as well get it in while the going's still good. So with that, I hope that everyone had a great Thanksgiving and a good start to the holiday season. I myself have pulled out my Dreidel mug, and I hope that you have a great week. Thank you.